Welcome everyone. My name is Kieran and I am a computer science student at the University of Pittsburgh. Today I'm very excited to bring you a detailed review of my new and also current MacBook Pro. Today we'll be looking at the MacBook Pro with the M3 Pro chip from Apple. I'll be going into the design, performance, and overall personal feel on this laptop. I will also be going over other options for different majors. I personally spent many hours researching all of the new laptops that are out there in order to find a laptop that was right for me. So hopefully this video saves you time in finding the perfect laptop for you. The new MacBook Pro has 18 gigabytes of random access memory at its base, which is coupled with a 512 gigabyte storage. The design is a new color called Space Black, which looks really cool under different lighting. I've tested this with Geekbench to get some comparisons with the more budget option, the M3 Air. This MacBook Pro blows the air out of the water with GPU performance, while CPU performance, on the other hand, is a little bit closer. What do these two numbers mean? Well, single core was about the same, which represents your day-to-day tasks, programs that don't need much more than one core. Where we see the difference in processing power is in the multi-core. So any application that uses multiple cores or instances of multitasking will see this performance jump. All in all, you do get a much better graphics chip and a better CPU. My favorite part about this laptop is its close to 4K micro LED screen with up to 120 Hz refresh rate, something that the Air does not have. The Air also doesn't have fans, so long and heavy use can result in slower speeds due to excess heat. This laptop is slightly heavier than the Air, but it is still very easily portable. You're probably thinking to yourself, do I need all of that processing power on a laptop? Well, let me explain to you why I decided to buy it. Originally, I had the M1 Pro, but it was very short-lived, as when I was traveling abroad, someone broke into our Airbnb and stole it straight out of my backpack. So I decided that with the money that Airbnb refunded me, I decided to spend that money on the upgraded version of that laptop. I was already pushing that Pro to the max when I was running machine learning programs or any CPU-intensive tasks. For me, the fans and the extra power of the M3 Pro are worth it and necessary. And I also want to be able to keep this laptop for over 10 years, on the one condition that it doesn't get stolen again, of course. If you're a computer science student like me, then I most definitely recommend this laptop. It is super powerful, extremely efficient, and will probably last you much past college. This MacBook Pro also gives you about 12 to 18 hours of battery life on a single charge, and it charges to full in 1 hour. Now, if you're currently studying a different major, or you've never experienced any sort of performance issues with the laptop before, then I recommend any sort of MacBook Air with the M series chip, provided that it has 16 gigabytes of RAM or random access memory. Apple currently sells MacBook Airs starting with 8 gigabytes of random access memory, which is nothing in today's world. The operating system, just to give you a reference, uses 6 gigabytes of RAM, leaving you with only 2 gigabytes for any other processes or tasks that your computer is currently doing. If you get a computer with 8 gigabytes of RAM in 2024, you're going to be wanting an upgrade very, very soon because programs are getting more and more memory intensive. So make sure whenever you're buying a MacBook Air that you pay the extra money for the random access memory, while the extra storage space is not as important because external storage is extremely cheap. If you're an art, architecture, or engineering student, then I would recommend one of the Microsoft Surface Pros, specifically the new one with the AI capabilities. These are extremely powerful devices, and what is very nice is that they double as a tablet, so you can also draw and do art on the tablet. Engineering students might have a better experience with an XPS or a Lenovo ThinkPad. I recommend these because it is very rare for people to use Apple laptops in engineering, because most of the software that you're going to be using is older and will only work with Windows software. Now, for all other majors, especially business, poli-sci, communications, biology, chemistry, etc., then like I said before, I would highly recommend a MacBook Air M3 chip with the 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, you could get the Pro if you have the money to spend and would like a nicer screen and slightly better processing power, but most of that extra processing power will just not be used. I recommend the MacBook Air as the default, as most people have iPhones already, and the Apple ecosystem and software integration is extremely easy and intuitive. The Apple's new M series chips are just so powerful and efficient that when it's combined with macOS, it yields the perfect machine for the average user. This MacBook is an Apple refurbished laptop, which means it was technically sold already, but it arrived brand new. It saved me more money than the student discounts would have, so I highly recommend buying refurbished from Apple, Best Buy, or Back Market. That is all for my laptop review. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it saved you time. If you still find yourself confused, then I suggest going into the store and just playing with the laptops yourself. See what designs and colors you like best, as ultimately this should be a laptop that you enjoy using.